hello. Or should just say hi. Hi. We have started this show off, or yeah, I started off each time doing these funny hellos. It's fine. Just didn't want to do that today. I'm just going to say hi to you and wanna just spend a little time sharing on what's been happening with me this past week. I haven't posted anything really for a while now, because I've been sick. I've been pretty sick. It was in like a virus that I picked up somewhere, and right now, as I'm recording this, it's getting a little better, but I still have blisters in my mouth that make it a little painful to speak. But really wanted to record something. Maybe this whole week now. I decided this was the time to do it, and I've been pondering on a lot of topics, but it's one of the things that is always coming back or coming to it is when is the right time to do something, or yeah, that's pretty accurate. Pretty accurate this description of the inquiry I've been in. And I mean, it's a very tricky thing still, in my experience, because one side of me wants to do things very quickly, very hastily, very like take names and kick ass and blah blah blah. And lately, that hasn't really felt good anymore. And I believe that's one of the reasons why this illness came into my life. One of the things about illnesses is there is very often something to learn from them, or gain a new perspective, or just take the time to and reflect during the illness. And I know I talk a lot about humbling, being humbled as a man, as a person in this life, and it's quite astonishing that I often still need to go through it myself. And what illness often does is it takes away our power, it takes away our physical power. It takes away our mental, intellectual capacity to really think for about things for a long period, because it's just, it needs energy, and energy is not so um, how do I put this? Energy is not very I'm drawing blanks. It's let's just say there isn't a lot of it lying around when you're ill, or when we're ill as humans. And then you have to gather it. And what that does is you tend to slow down. And we tend to slow down. And we move at a very different pace than we're used to. Now, obviously, there are times in life where a much quicker pace and a fast pace is the right way to go in that moment. Um, but I believe in a lot of ways the slowing down part is a good prerequisite for life to speed up. And what do I mean by it? I mean that if you're able to slow down yourself and your inner experience, then your outer experience can move at a much quicker pace, and you can receive it and you can live it. Um, Much better than you would when you would just move and pace through it. What does this slowing down, this humbling does is it really makes you, or I believe we, I'm talking about my experience here, so it really gives me the time to reevaluate things. I'm just a little sad it does take his illness or losing of energy to realize that sometimes, because I have a belief, and I have experienced this many times, that if we as humans, or I as a human being, are able to literally move with the flow of nature and the cycles of nature, and I'm I'm daring even bringing the universe here into the mix, um, with the risk of sounding extremely cliche, spiritualistic, douchebaggy, but it's there are certain certain flows of energy in this experience, in this world that do exist. And if we are able to live in flow with them, things move. They move better. It's very simple. It's very simple. They move better. But now, here's the tricky. Here's the tricky part of knowing how to do it. And I believe this will be a lifelong practice, or at least there will be new facets to this as we or as we or you or me move on our respected paths through this life. There will be new parts to be discovered again and again. There are certain types of things we can do already. And one of the most important things to remember is that we are very very similar, because we are humans and we are made of energy, consist of energy, and we are basically particles of energy vibrating very fast to just and oops oh shit and we are very very unique at the same time. So we each have our own unique way of functioning in this world. So when I talk about slowing down, I mean I believe slowing down is like mostly good for everybody. But like the amount of slowing down you might need in different situations to become clear within yourself, that varies a lot, I believe. Some people move through it very quickly, some people need more time. And here's another thing that it's been on the back of my mind lately a lot, so I want to bring this here. That even as I speak this and live this, and people live this, at the same time, this experience is always growing. It is always evolving and changing. So what I say to you here now might be valid for some, firstly, and it might be valid for let's say a year maybe. But in a year, a lot of things might have changed. So now we need even newer things and newer, if I dare to say, newer practices of being here. Because in all truth, it's like this human experience right now. It seems to me it's moving at such a quick pace that really, like, there is stuff coming out, stuff coming up. Let's say a workshop, like a workshop comes out, guy does his workshop. There's very good pointers, very good things that can improve your life. And then you live your life a little, and it's amazing. But then life changes again. Then now there's new challenges, new things. And those practices, those things might not be as useful. They still help, but it's life has grown. Life has evolved somewhere new, so now we need new practice, new workshops, new blah blah blah. And I don't know if that's really the case. If we do, or like yeah, we do need those things. Those things are good. But in a way, they aren't as well. Because in a lot of ways, they're still keeping us in this like stagnant place. So there are new practices, new things, but still we're like in my view, we're not evolving as humans that way. So right now you might be pretty angry and you might be like, what are you saying? I'm saying that we need a new way of looking at life. A totally new way of looking at and approaching it. And I believe this is a lot to do with just showing up in the moment, and then like in a way wiping the slate clean and starting anew in each moment. Because a lot of the wisdom, it still stands. It really still stands. It's useful. It's good. It's very good, and it helps us develop our thinking, our minds. But we gotta leave, in my view, a lot of openness to like this truthful, this new emergence of magic that's truly in the moment. It exists here. It exists all the time. And now, here's where the good part comes in, is I believe we do need each other in this. I do believe we need community in this, and coming together and creating and jumping into this together. I believe we really need this, because how I see it on a like an energetic level, it's many energies coming together, and it's like mixing something. Usually something new comes out of this type of mixing. I believe it's good, and I believe it's necessary for growth, for evolving, um, for new ideas, for new things to come out of this. Um, and the funny thing about this is very funny, even now, it got to me really, really clearly. Is even this type of approach will probably soon be obsolete. I do not yet know what will come in place of it. And if you're sitting there and saying, "Oh," saying like, "This is pretty crazy," like it's too fast, then I, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. It it is very, very insane, very fast, very, like, it's I can't keep up with it. It seems I'm like getting sick and having to getting sick all the time and having to just sleep and digest all of this new way of being, new way of evolving, new way of living all the time. And it is pretty crazy. Totally agree. But again, what could we do? My best results and my best guess is that it is just to slow down our inner experience a little if we can. Or rather, not slow down the inner experience, slow down our outer experience, so our inner experience can have the time to ground, to make sense to us. Yeah. Hmm. believe this is it. This is it for now. Some key things to take away from this episode. Definitely. Slow down. It seems like every episode is slow down. Slow down a little. Slow down a little and observe and breathe. Observe the cycles of nature. Little ones like big ones, moon cycles and astrological cycles. I believe one of the best cycles to observe, or I would even say one of the most difficult cycles to observe, is that of a woman. Because it seems like there is a lot always happening. And then what do we do then? I forgot a little. All this talk about women's cycles got me out of my comfort zone a little. Let's be honest here. But I believe it's important. Yeah. I believe those things are a good way to start or continue. I had one more. I had one more. Oh my god. Can't remember what it was. Oh well. Oh well. Can't remember. Oh my god, I'm a little frustrated. I want to remember so badly. Oh no, slow down. Observe nature. Move in flow with nature as much as you can. Yeah, and I believe that will teach us a lot about this world and who we are. And if I remember this last one I had, I will add it somewhere. I don't know where. And I hope you have a good week. I hope you enjoy your week. And I'll do my best to do the same.